Hello. Fightful Faithful. Is it still Tuesday?
It is still Tuesday. That reaction is actually more about real life than about NXT tonight, which is not usually the way that goes, to be honest. But it is Tuesday. It's your Sour Grabs post show. We're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through our little day. And here's how we're gonna make it through. We're gonna need your super chats. We're gonna need your humper chats at humperchats.com. We're gonna need you to leave a thumbs up on this video, but most importantly, we're gonna need you to subscribe to Fightful Select, because there was a report on a young gal named Bailey, and it is getting interesting in free agent world. But we had some free agents showing up on tonight's show, or at least one who, to this day, we've known as Mike Santana. We will see if that's his name next week or the week after.
It would be very funny if Mike Santana, who was Mike Santana on this show on many appearances, played Mike Santana, played by Mike Santana on many episodes of NXT. Next week, Dave Martinez. You know what I mean?
My God, it's Carlos Santana! And Smooth starts playing in the background. and Rob Thomas from Evolve. But WrestleVotes on Fightful Select reported that he was due in WWE pretty much by the end of summer. Well, that happened faster than the end of summer. So WrestleVotes on Fightful Select covering their booties with that. But tons and tons of news. We had all these details on Sheamus, including the fact that he's not actually available till the fall. So here's the deal. You can get wrestling news anywhere. They're all gonna get it wrong at some point. So you might as well support original reporting, get us paid, and get the right information, and get scoops every day, and get me and Alex behind the paywall playing Tomodachi Island, which is the most important part, as well as our redemption post show, I'm assuming. You'll want to watch that, and not Shawn, who's gonna give you what? Analysis on matches and insights and scoops. No, you want to hang out with us crazy kids behind the paywall. Yeah, that's the right face. That was almost the face that your little grape makes on the on our background here. Alex, I feel like you and I are pretty clear that NXT is not always creatively perhaps our cup of tea. It's not our cup of NXT sometimes, perhaps. It is of the past 3 episodes of WWE programming, absolutely cleared the main roster. And I don't think it's great, but the main roster is in shambles. And it makes me happy that Santana showed up to NXT instead of the main roster, which isn't how things should go. You shouldn't be rooting for people to go to NXT first when they're probably main roster ready. But it makes me worried about the Tatum Paxleys and the Lola Vices of the world, and we're going to talk about that all in a second. But tonight we got Santana debuting. We got a face-to-face between Kendall and Lola. We got a lot to talk about. So get in your soupies and your humpies. Alex, you didn't have a pun topic because you had a bad day. I have a pun topic. Because I feel like between my little gym sweatshirt and my scrunchie, I feel very 80s today. So I thought some fun 80s. I'm leg warmers away from looking like
80s puns?
Yeah,
Listen,
80s.
I'm all about 80s puns. Let's do it. Give me some 80s puns,
Let's
people.
take it back a few decades, man.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's figure it out. There'll be some drips and drabs of me telling the story of my afternoon today in installments with cliffhangers. Okay.
To be clear, better storytelling than probably anything across American television right now. It's
we'll
Alex's afternoon, huge gap, Will Ospreay and the Death Riders.
Yeah. But I will start out by saying this. Yes, a 4.2 out of 10 absolutely clears the main roster stuff. You know what I mean? Like it is
Yeah,
not great.
it's rough.
It's not great. But it's better than terrible. Not
Yeah.
great is always better than terrible.
Yes.
If
On this,
you're,
who needs numbers? Not great and terrible are like
right.
not
You know what
great.
I mean? I mean,
Well,
I'll even
vice versa.
settle for not good over terrible. This episode was fine, but it's so much better than Raw and SmackDown. So this had one of the most, where is it? It's on my desk somewhere. Can I find it is the question. There was a prop that I had that I used to use a lot. I found it. It was hiding underneath my monitor, but I found it. Kate, there was a prop that I used to use a lot to signify when we want things, but we want them a certain way, but we weren't specific enough to ask for them that way.
I know what it is.
So it's the monkey.
Paw.
It's the monkey's paw. I found the monkey's paw. Kate, we've been asking them for them to do something, give a real story to young Thea Hale, our friend Thea Hale. Well, can you just give her like an actual storyline as opposed to like she shows up once every 5 weeks and gets squashed? Could we please, like, she's really talented. We like her a lot. Could you please put her on TV and then one finger curls on the monkey's paw? And yes, we'll put her on TV, but you didn't specify how. So we'll get into that. Kate, our opening contest on this episode of NXT was your 6-man tag between
I thought you were going to say it was scheduled for one fall, the way that you said that.
I don't know. I was being clinical with the way I was saying it. It was DarkState versus Saquon and Noam Dar and his young ward. Like it does feel like Noam Dar is Bruce Wayne and what's his last name? Somebody's gonna
Moreno.
tell me this. Dick Grayson. That Romeo Moreno is sorry. Dick Grayson to Noam Dar's Bruce Wayne. My young ward, who I'm teaching the ropes. It is This was fine. Saquon Shugars. I'm going to say he doesn't mesh well with Noam and his boy Wonder. I don't feel like. I think that's the point. The only two guys he could get to help him out were guys who were just looking to maybe get a victory and move up the tag ranks. And
he kind of like manipulated is too strong of a word, but he kind of manipulated them into it. So
yeah.
Yes, like yeah.
Yes. This is fine. It ends with say there's a lot of Dion Lennox doesn't want to get in the ring when Saquon's in the ring. What a coward.
I like they made a Bruce Wayne reference and then stuck with the like comic book narrator voice as well.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's everything's on theme. But we got Saquon and Dion Lennox finally getting to fight each other one-on-one on the outside. There's a Death Valley driver through the underplanks. I don't know what like it is very funny that they continue to insist that they need to put up plywood underneath the Raven's Nest or the perch. We got to keep replacing the plywood. Obviously it's not load bearing. It's not load bearing plywood. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to keep replacing it. And Also, it's funny that underneath the perch itself, behind the plywood, is just a void. It's just emptiness. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a storage back there. You could throw like. Would it kill you to put like 3 cardboard boxes full of packing peanuts back there? That would be kind of fun. You know what I mean? Like, what is this space used for? Why is it walled off all the time? Why does it need to be? And then the funny part is not only is it there nothing under there, it's also lit impeccably. Like, why is there light bulbs under there? Because once Dion Lennox gets DVD'd through the plywood into the void of nothingness, the void of nothingness is incredibly well lit. It looks like an Instagram studio.
First of all, excellent observation on your end. It is a very well lit void. Most voids are not well lit, by nature of being a void. This match was perfectly suitable. Like, you had Saquon jumping him before the bell even started. Like, they're doing the right things to try and keep that feud hot, even if it's not getting there. Like, the right effort is there. And also, I got to see Noam Dar wrestle, so it was great. But genuinely, there were, like, I've talked about this before. I am such a fan of the proportionate sell. Like, I appreciate a good Dolph Ziggler sell, but like, and obviously an HBK sell. What product are we talking about? But there was one point where Noam Dar, I forget what it was. Like, it looked like got hit in the ribs or something, and just the way he sold it, I'm like, God, he's so good at that. Like, there needs to be more people under learning trees like that make it feel like real. Like, it feels very real when something happens to Noam Dar. When he takes offense, it looks extremely real. Like, that's the kind of stuff that helps you get lost in it, or helps me get lost in it at least. Because there's a lot of really, really good wrestling on the show. There's not a lot of great wrestling on the show, and it's such a small step, but it's such a crucial one in my opinion. But I just love watching Noam Dar work. And also Moreno with that, was it a crossbody from the top rope?
Yeah, crazy.
It was like, I think he's still falling. It was like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. He went like just for a minute and a half. So right before the ending sequence there. So perfectly, this went in a textbook direction, complimentary. Like, it wasn't the most exciting match on the card, but it accomplished what it needed to accomplish.
No, that's fine. Once Dion Lennox and
Whoever lit the
Saquon
void,
Shugars
if
were
they could
in the
come do my lighting too, that would be great. It's all a nice little backdrop back here.
Hold on. I do feel like that is the title of an unpublished bestseller YA novel. Whoever lit the void. Doesn't that just sound like that's a whole new Hunger Games franchise? Whoever lit the void. I love that. I'm gonna see if I can write a novel titled "Whoever Lit the Void."
It's either that or like the most emo band that I went to see in college, like their opening lyric.
That's true.
Yeah, it's one of those two.
Yeah.
But Alex, we do have some greetings that
the opener for My Chemical Romance. It's Whoever Lit the Void.
It's so funny because my sister is an incredibly skilled improviser, and also I worked for a metal radio station in college. So there are certain phrases that could go either indie improv troupe or shitty metal band. Whoever lit the void is either a dramatic reading at that same theater or a shitty metal band. But we have greetings from my dad, who says, "Greetings, SGS. Okay. Tuesday again, so poor Alex and Kate need to watch NXT and decode it for us. Best we can do, subscribe and send our humper chats and super chats. Our super chat maestro, JW Pringle." And JW Pringle says, "Hi guys, sorry I've been MIA. Missed you, love you all. Life has been busy and some good vibes my way would be appreciated. Love to Alex, Sister Kate, and of course, Papa Paul, Elizabeth." Well, back to back. First of all, thank you for shilling for us, Dad. I appreciate that so much.
That's good. Yeah, it's great.
Second of all, everybody send the best. Listen, it's JW Pringle. If you were going to send good vibes, You're going to need to outkick your coverage. You're going to want to send great vibes, excellent vibes, phenomenal vibes, the best vibes. It's starting to sound like a Trump a little bit. We got the best vibes. No one has vibes like us. We got the best vibes around. There's never been better vibes than this toward JW Pringle. So thank you for those. There are also a couple of other chats that we have from Twitter that I wanted to address real quick.
Okay.
This is just funny. Martin saying, Sammy Guevara is not leaving AEW, just another WWE fake news for attention. Sammy Guevara took the mention of AEW out of his Twitter bio. That's the only thing that's happened. Nobody's reported it. We didn't report it. No credible outlets reported it. Yeah. He's still on the roster page. So I just wanted to be abundantly clear that that chat makes no sense. And Nate Karras saying, can we get some Hiromu Takahashi updates? Is he still expected to sign with the company? Last we checked, yes. I'm going to double check with Shawn on that. Because I think WrestleVotes had reported that, yes, he is still expected to sign with WWE. So I have the same question, Nate. So I will double check that as well. But Alex, back to you.
Yeah. We while Saquon and Dion were fighting in the very well lit void, it became just a tag match between Osiris and Cutler versus Noam and Noam got power slammed on the outside, and Romeo decided he was going to fight two guys one on two. It did not end well for him. He got pinned. So it was his idea to join the match to begin with, and he was the one who took the pinfall. I always like people getting hoisted by their own petard. It makes me happy. So I like that he wanted into this, and he was the one who took the brunt of everything. That's just good storytelling. Eventually, he will get back at DarkState. It will make sense. Saquon and Dion are not done. Unfortunately, they must continue fighting because we don't have any other ideas. So that is the thing there. Go ahead.
What's tricky about that is as much time as they were in a group together, this should be a multi-month feud, but they just... They never got us invested enough in DarkState for it to feel that personal enough that it warrants the payoff. So it's so tricky because it's like on paper, this should be a multi-month feud, but executed, it didn't do the job of like grasping us.
Right.
So it feels like we're just like, okay, and then what can Saquon Shugars move on to do? Because it feels like the sky's the limit with him. And Dion Lennox, I feel like is on the right path, just needs more reps, etc. So it's just tricky because I'm like, well, technically, this should be going on for a long time, but we never had the emotional investment that warranted the time that was invested. Unfortunately,
we never did. No. Jeff Meacham Network saying, joining Sour Graps, I know late for the first time. This is fantastically fun. Man, I didn't listen to Greg Cherry and tune in sooner. Yes, always listen to Greg Cherry. He always says really nice when he says nice things about us.
Yeah, it's the Shane McMahon loyalty that I have questions about. But most of the other things, same sports teams aligned, so I like it. Saying nice things about us and supporting us all the time. It's just that Shane O'Mac being best in the world thing that I can't get over the hump on.
Also, to prove how fantastically fun we are, earlier I did a generic bad commentator voice, and Shock of Ages says, Alex, that was the most Marvin the Martian ass voice I've ever heard. I need you to do that more often as a legit impression. Send in the jukebox for
jukeboxes, even.
Yes, that was the Illudium Q space modulator.
He's the cutest. I love Marvin.
We'll do Marvin the Martian. That's fine. Yeah. So I don't have my thing open. What happened? I didn't do my homework and get my phone to do the thing.
Well, I get all antsy because my stuff's never in the right order. So let me pull up our rundown, but.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Do, 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 do. Let's see. We had Keanu Carver versus Hank and Tank. Or we'll just Hank Walker.
Oh, was that already?
But before
Wow,
that, we had
okay.
Lizzie Rain, Kendall.
Oh yeah, what happened there?
I'm sorry.
I was
we had
in the.
all the women's. We're a little laggy, I think. We had Lizzie Rain, Kendall Gray, Ren Sinclair, Skylar Gray, Thea Hale, and Jaida Parker in the locker room. And Kendall and Jaida kind of, I would say maybe got in a bit of a tiff. A bit of a tiff.
But like,
Words
Thea Hale was like,
exchanged,
"Hey,
but
no
then
problem. I understand. Everybody says things they don't mean sometimes. Go out there and kick her butt." And then, but we also saw Thea Hale was trying to get some time with Robert Stone. And he like blew her off 7 times in the same segment, and then Nattie came in and immediately got all of his attention, and also blew off Thea Hale. And Thea was like, "Unless she beats you," about the Jaida Parker. It's like, so yeah, we'll get more into the Thea Hale story arc of tonight. She was on this episode of NXT more than Judgment Day is on an episode of Raw. That is a lot.
Well, we can kind of lump it together later because of what it led up to, but
yes, we will.
I feel like the good of it is they're trying to do something that is outside of the, hey, you have a lot of energy as your only character trait. So like,
right.
I'm glad that they're making an effort there. I know she was on TNA and picked up a win over Harley Hudson, who in a year of being in TNA has 0 wins. Great job by TNA.
Yeah.
Wonder why everybody's asking for their release over there. So yeah, I appreciate that. We can kind of go into the details of it later, but Kendall Gray and Lola had their face-to-face as well, which I actually thought was better than a lot of what we got from Lola Vice previously.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is like, I look in the mirror and I see this confident, beautiful woman. You look in the mirror and you see someone who's shy and not confident in themselves, and that's why I'm a champ and you're a fluke or whatever. And then Kendall says, I'm gonna kick your ass, and she challenges her to an underground match in 2 weeks, and says, I'm gonna kick your ass, and so then you can go back to shaking it. Yeah, burn.
I kind of dug that, like, they both were getting into each other's insecurities, right? Kendall was like, you took years to belong here and to make any noise as a champion. I did so pretty fast, huh? And Lola said, yeah, but you don't walk and talk like a champion. And you got lucky in 3 seconds, and you can beat me in a match, but you can't beat me in a fight. So we're getting an NXT Underground match. And Kendall said, I'm a fighting champion. I'll see you there. And I was just like, I wish this writing was the consistency we had for Lola all along. My only problem with it is, like, neither of these women are heels. Lola was kind of leaning more heel in this, I guess.
Lola was leaning heel so that it... Okay, NXT audience, let's hold your hand through this. This is who you're supposed to root for. You know what I mean?
Not running into a Sol and Zarya situation again,
No.
where you like somebody.
No,
that we don't want you to like
next
it.
week, Lola will attack Kendall. She'll attack her from backstage, try to get the advantage. So it's always so much fun to like do call and response where she says hello to us in Spanish, but we don't like it when you attack Kendall backstage for no reason. So we're going to root for Kendall in this match, you know?
We actually have a couple chats about this. Gavin saying, hey, friends, Excited for Lola, Kendall, and an Underground. Are we getting Jaida and Nattie in an I Quit match? I wouldn't be mad at it, but is that the direction we're heading in, or am I off track?
Well, I'll talk more about the Jaida and Nattie thing when we get to Jaida and Nattie.
Sure.
But yeah, no, like a pure grappler in an underground match is interesting to me.
Me too. I want to see like what comes out of Kendall in this.
Well,
like,
I mean, she's cool. Like, you got to suplex her out of the ring through the no ropes onto all the lumberjills. You know what I mean? We gotta get that done. That's the thing you got to happen.
There was a really fun. I know you're all going to be shocked that I mentioned this. There was a really fun no ropes match between Jonathan Gresham and ZSJ over Mania weekend. And watching technical wrestling in a no ropes match was very interesting. That was obviously both sides of it. Yeah. It was also very funny because Zach went to touch the ropes that weren't there when he got in. But there was some really interesting stuff. If anybody wants a cool match study of technical wrestling with a no ropes situation, but Tony P, which of course stands for Tony P. Angelo, says, is this a safe space to say I feel 100% valid in my dislike of Lola Vice's character with tonight's promo? So this is kind of tricky because I think we're supposed to dislike her a little bit with this. Yeah. Like this was meant to give her an edge. But I'll say this. It's not like the greatest, but I've been saying for literally years it would be nice if they gave her any character, Alex. Like I've been on the train of, can she say something to compel me to get to the part where she's in a match and really, really, really good at this. So I kind of liked it, but you're not really supposed to like her. But no,
she
drastic
did that fine and well, and I think she's better as a heel.
I agree.
I think she had an edge to her that like they stripped away and just made her like, again, as they do so often with their Latina superstars, they turn her partly into Dora the Explorer. You know what I mean? And it's just it's you don't need to do that. Like, you can have her speak Spanish and not immediately tell us what the word is in English. And I feel like I like that they lean into the heritage, but and I think that she's like the former MMA fighter who thinks she's an absolute badass and also a complete knockout in the other way as well. You know what I mean? Like I will knock you out and then shake my ass in your face is a really good heel character.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Like it makes a lot of sense. We just got to figure out like levels, because there were no levels to heel Lola. And now I would argue there might be too many levels to babyface Lola. You know what I mean? There's got to be a medium there somewhere.
Which, like, honestly, is kind of what developmental is for. So explore away. We did have Matt Raquel saying, hope Davina Rose is in AEW with her bestie Mercedes. Sourgraps is better than all of the main roster of WWE. I am here for the post show on Sunday. Lovians. Well, I will say, at what? Because I'm not a very good wrestler. So if you mean the main roster of wrestling, like that's bad. If you're talking about creative, I'll say this: it's been really
more
funny.
Entertaining to watch.
That's fair. You're blessedly offline, but season 3 of WWE Unreal came out today, and I was like, the past 2 seasons, they've just exposed themselves as being real dumb, because they said, and confirmed Fightful Select's report, that Braun Breaker was originally penciled in to win the Royal Rumble. And they said they wanted to give him a more organic build. And the fact that they can't distinguish between organic and slow is fucking ridiculous.
You know what's funny is sometimes I like to get the organic raspberries instead of the regular. It's because it takes a year and a half for them to grow, so they're better.
It's just like, can either promotion that's on American television capitalize on someone when they're hot? Like, it is the challenge, but it's last year it was an exposure of like having no idea what to do with the women's U.S. title, and they still don't. This year was that. Like, the amount of... There's this youth movement coming up and so many of these clips. And to see the way that they've gotten thrown off. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, it's like, I don't want... You and I watch this every Tuesday. And we criticize the creative, but we've been rooting for the talent the entire time.
Yeah.
And to see them go to the main... To see Tiffany Stratton beat JC Jane for an interim world title match while she has the U.S. title on her belt around her waist is fucking asinine, especially because they strapped up the rest of Fatal Influence. So these NXT handoffs that once looked so shiny and bright, and it's not, I gotta say, maybe we should call Hickenbottom and apologize, because I don't want him to think that it's him, and it definitely ain't the talent, but like, even Sol Ruka holding the IC title just does not feel important, especially when you have no women's matches on Raw, and you finish the episode 15 minutes early.
Yeah, no, certainly.
Embarrassing. But we can get back to talking about the show that we're talking about.
I mean, I suppose if you really need us to, because Tom LaValle says Braun Breaker deserve to be pushed harder. Woof woof. Although I can't wait for Aunt Pam to be in AEW. Hope she makes that choice. I feel like I don't know what she'll choose, but I feel like sometimes the grass actually is greener. I'll just say that. So that's what I'll say.
I'll add this. WWE's going to throw everything they can at her.
Sure.
AEW's going to throw everything they can at her.
Yeah.
That's what she deserves. She deserves to have everything thrown at her to make her stay. And she deserves to be the belle of the ball in free agency. And I'll say this. Her and Mercedes changed the game on a wrestling level, on a women's wrestling level in NXT. If they are now doing it for how they're represented on television, the way contracts are perceived, the way they're used in these rosters around the world, good for them. And I will say, Fightful Select in their report got an opinion from an agent, and they said, this is going to be really interesting because there's no such thing as guaranteed contracts anymore. There's no cut clauses. Like, the way they're treating their veteran talent might come back to bite them in the ass on something like this. And honestly, that's why I hope she goes to AEW. As much as I want to see her against fresh talent and all these things, I want to see talent get treated better, and it starts there. It starts with, you're treating your veterans like shit. This place is rolling out the red carpet for Mercedes, literally. Yeah. They more often than not, other than certain circumstances, let contracts run out if they're not using people instead of cutting them. Right. They never let people go when they're injured. That nonsense is ridiculous. We found out our dear friends in Bouncy Beef. One of them was injured. I forget which. I apologize. But he had surgery like 3 weeks before he got cut, and he's an NXT talent. The $12 that he was making, you're going to take away from him?
Yep.
Come on, man. It's like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah. It wouldn't be much of a choice for me. I will just say that. Okay, so wait a minute. Yes, that's done. Okay, so now,
do you want to talk about your afternoon?
Okay, I'll start with my afternoon. Yes, thank you, because I would have forgotten entirely about it. Many of you know that my daughter is attending a theater camp an hour from us. Mm-hmm. It's an hour from us. It's a commute. It is. It's a special place. It is where my wife and I met, and we actually ended up getting married on the stage there. And so she is the first. The festival baby, like the first child to have come out of a relationship that started there, and so they run this summer camp for kids, and at the end of it, she gets to be in the ensemble of like a semi-professional musical, where she gets to wear a costume and stand under lights, and people pay tickets to come and be, watch her in it. So it's kind of a cool thing. Anyway, so this time I drive her out there, and every day I ended up staying out there and like going to the local rec center and working out and just, hanging out for 6 hours in this other town, and then pick her up and come back. Picked her up, driving. We get about 6 miles down the road, and she tells me that she left her iPad at the church. And I'm like, you should not have brought that in. Like, you should have left that in the car, like we talk about. But she brought it in because she's 9 and decided she wanted to like film some videos with her friends during breaks. And so we went back in. We couldn't find it. The directors of whatever were like, well, did you look everywhere? The bathroom, where you changed into your new costume, the music room, you go to all these places, and no, it wasn't there. And they said, well, we don't have anybody here who would steal something like that. So it has to be misplaced somewhere. Someone probably just picked it up by accident and put it in their book bag. And I'm like, okay, I don't like, we if it turns up, we'll let you know. And so as I'm getting back in the car, I'm like, wait a minute. So I text my wife and I say, hey, use the Find My app.
Yeah.
And see if it's like somewhere in the church. If it's in the church, we'll keep looking for it. If it's not, we can't see where it is, then we can't see where it is, but maybe we'll see where it is. Address pops up. It's like in the town one over. Somebody took it to their house. To be continued.
See, this is how you tell stories. I am invested.
Hank Walker and Keanu Carver lasted longer than Keanu Carver and Tank Ledger. But
no, I don't have a Blue Chew ad, but thank you.
Just wanted to let you know.
Thank you for trying, though.
If you're trying to last longer than Keanu Carver versus Tank Ledger.
Blue Chew Gold and the code FIDEFUL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you're not the only one with old-timey voices. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, so,
I bet you thought I had a Blue Chew ad, though.
I mean, yeah, I the odds were pretty good because you usually do. You know what I mean? Like if I had to bet on whether or not on any given Tuesday, am I going to bet whether or not, like if you have, I'll probably lay odds on it because it happens more often than not.
Well, this is why it's so important to make informed decisions about your betting. And I'll tell you where to get the best odds. And that's MyBookieAG.
At MyBookieAG, they say that you can bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. And they mean it. NBA, NHL, NFL, Major League Baseball, UFC, pro wrestling. But that's not it. Motorsports, golf, tennis, darts, cycling, cricket, handball, floorball, rugby, snooker, volleyball, table tennis, cycling. Yeah, you can bet on it at MyBookieAG. They got the best support system in the business. We only want you to bet what you can, and please bet responsibly. But go take advantage of being able to bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. They got live esports. They got racing. They got everything at MyBookieAG. And right now, get a $50 bonus when you deposit $100 or a $100 bonus when you deposit $200. You can bet with Bitcoin and play their great casino games as well. MyBookieAG.
Just in time for floorball season.
Mm-hmm.
MyBookieAG.
Or just in time for the finals of the playoffs of floorball season. We don't know.
It could be.
It's a rotating season. It's different every year.
They typically follow a fall to spring calendar, as you would obviously know, running from late September or October through April. In the United States, leagues generally organize their play during the cooler months.
Mm-hmm.
while summer is largely reserved for regional tournaments, camps, and the USA Floorball National Championship. So that's just like a quick breakdown for you from what I definitely knew off the top of my head.
From memory, yeah, absolutely, yeah, because you know all about it.
Well, yeah, because like you got the U.S. Floorball Nationals taking place in June. You got the Adult and Youth Nationals and IFF qualifiers in Chicago. You got the Texas Regional play in late March. You got the Golden Gate Cup in early December. So we're kind of in a lull for floorball, but keep an eye out for those bets anyway. It's important.
Yep. Anyway, after Carver beats Hank with an Alabama slam, Tank decides he's going
to planted him.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Then Tank decides he's going to get involved. And then Carver is able to easily fend off him. And then here comes EK Prosper out of the crowd. And what a bunch of baby faces to beat a man 3-on-1. Oh, wow. These guys are two dudes, super powerful, former tag champs. Cannot 2-on-1 take out Keanu Carver, so they get enlist help from a friend, a little guy who's like built like Spider-Man, who comes to make sure to even the odds at 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all do their finishers to the dastardly heel who looks like a baby face because he got beat down 3-on-1.
Yeah, he did. It's so funny to think Hank started as a security guard with one outfit.
It is very funny. Yeah, it is very funny.
This was a weird little way to go about business tonight. After what was a pretty good match, I was confused by some of the post-match here. Yeah, I don't quite know, Alex. I don't quite know. It was a fun match, though. Like
it was.
Tank can really work, and Keanu Carver is just like, it's funny because I feel like we've been saying for a bit like that we don't know quite why he's angry, other than that one really like humanizing interview that we got. But he knows exactly who he is like in a ring, and he figured that out really, really early and very, very well. So it's really fun watching him work and watching him pick on someone his own size, kind of like a bigger dude. After all this has been, it's fun.
Yeah,
I like it.
We see Nattie walking with that's the one where she talks to Thea. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Okay, so I wanted to. Where was Raw last night? Detroit. It was in Detroit. It was in Detroit because there was the Little Caesars Arena, because my daughter got very excited because she thought that the entire arena was made out of Little Caesars, and I was like, no.
Oh.
I mean, she didn't, but she was like, a Little Caesars Arena? Will you take me there? You don't just get free crazy bread when you show up. Like,
I mean,
then no.
In your daughter's defense, that's kind of bullshit.
It's implied. And anyway, that's where Danhausen was. I know that because Danhausen was on all of the show. And yet also NXT last night in Detroit or here in Orlando. Because last night was Danhausen was in Detroit. Did Shiloh Hill fly to Detroit to meet with Danhausen?
So here's the thing. You're not online, but yes. Like there was a social media video that he put out that he was like, I'm going to Dan's house. I don't know what this is, but he can get me a tooth. They should have played it on screen. I don't believe that they did.
Also, he was wearing the exact same outfit last night in Detroit that he was wearing tonight when he had a scene with Robert Stone in Orlando.
Well, he's a little bit of an odd bird. He might.
He isn't. I'm just saying. I do feel like Shiloh Hill would probably change clothes at some point in 24 hours.
I hope.
Even if he is an odd bird.
Watched them. There's
I
enough
mean-
people not washing their gear. Like, at least wash
Yeah.
your street clothes, too.
Yeah. Anyway, I did like the scene with him and Danhausen.
Me too.
They work really, really well together as characters. Hey, dude. Hey, can I use Dan? No, it's Danhausen. It's all one word. Okay, whatever. Hey, this is Guy Tristan Angels. He stole one of my teeth, and I was hoping you would have a replacement. Oh, you're a tooth guy, and I was like, that.
It was so good.
He was so excited to meet a fellow
Oh.
tooth guy. And it's like, here's
It's
one.
like when you meet someone that went to the same college as you or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're a senile pirate. Yeah.
Yeah.
was very funny.
And he says it'll cost you a lot of human monies. Well, I don't carry cash on me. Bitcoin, okay? And he produces a thumb drive. And it's like, what's this? Bitcoin? You put it in your computer. Oh, okay. And then Danhausen's like, oh, and he says, it's probably stolen, but I'm cool with that if you are. Which is great. And then Danhausen tries to put he tries to put the thumb drive in the floppy disk slot.
Yes.
Because that's how old his IBM is.
That's correct.
And he tries to put it in there and he just lets go and it falls with a thud onto the desk with very good comedic timing. And he says, and there's Shiloh after Shiloh is like, oh, I hope I didn't give him the cursed tooth. That would be bad for everybody, he says. And then he just does the little clickety on his keyboard. I thought this was like really well done to the point where like just call up Shiloh Hill right now and make him and Danhausen a tag team.
Yeah.
And have him beat Damian Priest and R-Truth. What the hell else are you doing with the most friggin' tag titles on SmackDown? Nothing.
I mean, absolutely nothing. It was like sometimes stuff like this is just so charming and it has like no right to be.
Yeah.
There's something when you have comedic timing and the effortlessness with which you deliver lines, and both of them had that.
Yeah.
And it's just really funny how much they're like, oh yeah, it's just so perfectly normal to them.
Yeah.
But this was actually, yeah, this was adorable. Go check it out. I am intrigued to see if he has a cursed tooth that costs him against Tristan Angels or he just got a normal tooth. But this was actually very, very cute. And by the way, something that you and I suggested last week, we were like, I got a missing tooth, you know who to call. So
Right.
I feel like there are phone calls you have to Hickenbottom that are not made public on this channel. And I don't know how I feel about that. But I can't control who you call on your bat phone.
You know, sometimes he calls me at like 4 a.m. and I have to like get out of bed and, you know, come
Just
in here
the
and
visual of you like rolling over to pick up your landline phone
Yeah.
is so good. Yeah, you know I have a daughter.
Shawn, what's going on? Hey, what do you think about Danhausen and Shiloh? You know what we think about it. We told you on the show tonight. It's a good idea.
Mentioned it on the show.
I just wanted to clear it with you because you have so much better ideas than I do. So anyway, we later see a weird bit of product placement. Did you know popcorn chicken is back at KFC? Because I didn't until Robert Stone was lovingly staring, gazing. If the popcorn chicken had eyes, he would have been gazing into the eyes of the popcorn chicken like a long lost lover. And then all of a sudden, Tyler Hill is standing there, and he's just blank faced and looks possessed by the fog, and he's like, "I'm gonna destroy Tristan Angels. The fog is coming for him. We're powerless to stop it. But he's got to do like, well, how about a match against Tristan Angels next week? Next week, cool. All right, I'm gonna take all this popcorn chicken too." And then Robert Stone says, "I really wanted some popcorn chicken."
I did know about it because it was on the ring mats at the last PLE or something. But
Was it?
I did not know that Robert Stone was in love with popcorn chicken.
He was in love with popcorn chicken.
I get it. There's been times where I've looked at, for me, it's not popcorn chicken, but certain foods that I've looked at lovingly like that as well. So, good for them and good for KFC.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, like these nostalgia runs.
Yeah.
It's like AJ Lee's was underwhelming. I hope popcorn chickens is not underwhelming.
Yeah.
Too.
I mean, I don't know. Here's the big question. Can popcorn chicken still go?
That is the question.
I mean, obviously, popcorn chicken can still cut a promo. You never lose that.
Of course.
But are they gonna get gassed out in the first 5 minutes?
Can they put their working boots on at the end of the day? Is the question.
It's a very different league than when popcorn chicken was last.
Oh my God! It was just shoulder blocks and like it was.
You can't get by with just a body slam and bring into the crowd. You gotta do some moves.
You gotta deliver. No, they aren't carrying a diarrhea parasite, which I think puts them ahead of some of the other possible nostalgia runs we could see. But I don't know. Can they coexist with other chicken shapes? See, our chat asking the important question. Popcorn chicken has never lost a step. Popcorn chicken gooner Robert Stone is so funny.
Speaking of things that are funny but in a bad way, so earlier we see that Thea Hale can't get a word in edgewise, can't get an audience with Robert Stone. Nattie dismisses her, and then later Nattie walks up to her backstage and says, "Hey, I could really help you out because obviously whatever it is that you are doing isn't working. So you should come and be in my little Nattie dojo of bitches." And Thea Hale's like, or you can be soft like Jaida Parker. I actually like Jaida a lot more than you. And then Nattie's like, poof, and she leaves. I really hope she kicks your ass. And that's it. And then we have the match between Jaida and Nattie, and it's good. And there's this very forced ending to the match because I've seen like almost everybody who wrestles Nattie puts her in a sharpshooter at one point.
Yes.
And she just gets out of it because it's her move and she kind of figured out how to do it. So she gets out of it or she gets to the ropes. It's fine. Nattie's never tapped out to a sharpshooter. I'm going to go ahead and say that's never happened in her career. She's tapped out a lot of people with it, but I don't think she's ever tapped out to it. On the outside, we have Karmen Petrovic and Nikitta Lyons agonizing over whether or not to throw in the towel because Nattie has been in a sharpshooter for 17 seconds. And we have to save Nattie from herself. She'll never tap out. Jaida's going to break her back. I believe that is Nikitta's point of view. And Karmen is like, no, we have to see how it plays out. She's only been in the sharpshooter for 17 seconds. And they're fighting over the towel. I don't know if either of them were ever going to actually throw it in. But the towel is thrown in. The towel flops down and the ref looks over and sees it and calls for the bell. And then we see the replay, which is that Thea Hale runs in, grabs the towel from Karmen and Nikitta, and throws the towel into the ring.
There's so many things wrong with this, Alex.
Can you list them? Because I want you to do that because my brain is so overloaded.
Well, let's start with this one. How did Nikitta and Karmen Petrovic just let Thea Hale get a hold of the towel?
I don't know.
You got to be a more responsible
Why did they have
keeper
a towel? When have Karmen or Nikitta come to the ring with a towel?
They're not the ops.
Oh, you know what? I think Nattie does. Nattie does come to the ring with a towel.
Oh yes,
she's very
you're right.
She's very Samoan. She's Samoa Joanne. That's right now with like. She's Samoa Josephine with the towel now. But again, what's the impetus for throwing the towel in? Nettie's not dealing with a terrible back injury which could be like aggravated to the point that she has to retire. What this is you working backwards from a terrible idea to figure out how to achieve it.
I love that they were like, "Hey, remember the bad towel angle that Thea Hale was involved in once? Let's revive it. Let's do another."
That's part of her whole character arc is towels.
What's your character? Towels mostly.
Yeah, mostly towels.
I just like. I will say this: they at least had the referee not in position to see who threw the towel.
Right. No, he didn't see who threw the towel. That's true.
But, like, the idea that there's two people that should be guarding this towel as to when or not to throw it in, and someone else just came and took it and threw it in, is absolutely ridiculous and makes Nikitta and Karmen look so unbelievably inept.
Yeah. And Nattie's very pissed about this.
Yeah, she should be. She's raising two idiots.
So here's the deal. Jaida didn't actually beat Nattie. It's 1-1. And
kind of.
But like it is like because she won the match, so she got the victory. But she didn't actually beat her. So if she wins the feud 2-1, it's really not. Because of this ridiculous thing that they did. Like, why would you take that victory away from Jaida Parker? Why would you, like, she's the one who should figure out a way to, like, Nattie gets distracted by this and Jaida hits the hypnotic. You know what I mean? Like something like that or whatever. Like, even that's not clean enough, but that's because the final match is the only one that's clean. So, like, this just makes Nattie and her minions look dumb. It shoehorns Thea Hale in for the sake of getting her on TV. Thanks, I guess. And it makes Jaida look worse because she can't beat Nattie.
It also, like, we got a quick moment earlier that you alluded to of, like, Nattie was trying to recruit her, and I was like, she should join them. Mm-hmm. There's no reason Thea Hale should not join them. Like, she has quite literally nothing to lose.
Other than the fact that she's still a good person, I guess.
Yeah, but, like, where has that gotten you, girl? I think this is where it's going, that Jaida won't be satisfied with this. Like,
I mean, I guess not, but, like, the next thing is that Nattie beats Thea Hale.
Yeah.
And then instructs her cohorts to beat up Thea. This is the thing. There was always going to be a Jaida Parker and Layla Diggs alliance.
Correct.
But now Layla's hurt. So we need to get somebody else who can be part of the Jaida Alliance. The Jaiderous Alliance. And the Jaiderous Alliance starring...
Fergie sang a song about that, I think.
Yeah, the Jaiderous Alliance versus... which includes Jade E. Parker and Thea E. Hale.
Of course.
Yeah.
I understand the reference.
Okay, good.
The Dangerous Alliance.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, good.
I picked up a fun down. I'm only 25 these days.
Yeah. I'm happy Thea Hale's on TV.
Me too. And I'm glad they're
doing something.
Yeah, like they're attempting to give her a character that's more grounded in reality, and I think
Sure.
that's a good idea. The story is bad. This is a bad story. Or as it stands now, at least, this was very not good.
Not good. It was very not good.
It was very not good.
Yeah.
Speaking
yeah.
of not good, who is the iPad thief?
Okay. So, go back in, talk to the camp directors. Hey, have a little snapshot. I know exactly what the address is. And so, because
Hunt them down.
they are really bureaucrats more than anything else, they have to. They can't. None of the campers live at that address. At least that's not the listed address. But they could have like gone home with grandma or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Parents that are.
But we don't know who that is. So we're calling around trying to find who this could be. Who's there?
You have a whodunit on your hands.
Yeah, but they mostly voicemails that they get. You know what I mean? And some people return the calls and whatever, but like, it's not my kid, blah, blah, this thing. And we can't find anybody because nobody lives there. So we're trying to figure out who this could be. And so they're asking my daughter, like, who would have found it. And so in the interest of protecting the presumed innocent, this kid, Tucker, we're going to call him Tucker, says that he kept pestering my daughter. He's older than my daughter, we'll say, and kept pestering her for her passcode so that he could play around on her iPad. And because my daughter is young and naive and trusting and dumb, she's like, yes. Here's my passcode.
Face. Your daughter's
she's
a baby.
She's the babyest baby face. And I'm like, well, it's probably that kid, is what I'm thinking. And but that kid doesn't live anywhere near this address. So, oh well. So eventually they get a hold of their bosses, like the actual directors of this thing, members of the board, whose official directive is to do nothing, to send out a mass email and wait for somebody to come forward with it. And if not, we're very sorry. I'm like, I'm not leaving this town without the thing that was stolen from my daughter. So,
yeah.
I guess it's just going to be up to me to go to this address I have and,
square up,
ring a doorbell. One of the two camp directors was like, if it were up to me, I would just call the sheriff and have them meet me at this address and have them do it, because that is the thing. And I'm like, yeah, I am. If it really is just a kid who ended up picking up the wrong bag or something,
yeah,
I don't want to do that to the kid. So on our way to that place, my wife's like, it's moved. And it's in a different town, not to the west. Now it's to the south, in the town where Tucker lives.
I never liked Tucker. I never liked Tucker. Not for a second. I knew it was Tucker from the start.
By the way, this is after being there while they played phone tag for an hour. Just being in the basement of this church where they have the camp for an hour while they played phone tag and waited for a directive from their bosses to tell me to do nothing.
Jonathan B. Church says, longtime listener, first-time caller, thank you so much for calling in. You got Cade and Alex live with the Sour Grabs Post Show. Wanted to say, I appreciate you weirdos a lot. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about us. I never watch NXT anymore, but I continue to adore your nonsense. How dare you call what we do nonsense when it's clearly tomfoolery?
It is.
No, thank you so much for the chat. Oh, always so nice when first-time chatters pop in, and thank you for watching
we
us.
had 2
even
of
though
those
you don't
tonight.
watch.
That's awesome.
We did, yeah. Thank you so much. Troublesome
Okay.
Tucker, the darn you Tucker. Yeah, the chat is not happy with Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
Tucker sucks chance. Justified Tucker sucks chance.
I do like that they do this occasionally, where everyone saw a thing, everyone saw it in real time and was like, "That was weird." Like, we should probably address how that was weird. So, like, Kalani Jordan has a laptop and is showing film of how Callie Armstrong did not kick out. And he's like, "Yeah, but the referee's decision is final." And she's like, "And you call yourself a man of integrity?" And I want him to say, "I never recall calling myself a man of integrity," because I don't think he ever did. But anyway, she's like screwed over again, and honestly, it fits really well into her character.
Yeah, this was like a clever way to
Like it honestly worked well because everybody saw the fact that Callie did not kick out, and the ref was like, 1, 2, slide my hand because I'm not allowed to count 3. Just do this. Do the old scoop. Do the old 1, 2, and scoop.
Yeah, they did a good job with it. And Kalani seems very, like, settled into who this is outside of the ring, too. Like, there was a while where it felt very forced, because she's probably actually lovely, and she hasn't had to do this before. So I think they also gave her something to be justified about, and that I feel like helps every promo when they actually have something to work with. So this was good, and I was like, I'm glad that they followed up on it. Well done.
Robert Stone also talks to OTM about how they have a match versus Birthright next week, and also, hey, there's this big show we're doing to fail to counter program All In. So we need to talk. Bronco, are you going to be working the AAA show as part of Perros del Mal, or are you going to work the NXT show as part of OTM? Because you got to pick one, even though there's no reason for you to have to pick one. And Lucian Price is like, I don't like that this is happening. And that's it. That's the whole thing.
That is, I did like the, we don't have to do this in front of you HR move, though. That was pretty cute. Alex, I have breaking news hot off the press.
What's that?
Shiloh Hill has issued a tweet that is in regards to the fog.
Yeah? What does it say?
I'm so glad you asked.
Okay, good.
Upload. Show on screen. Why aren't you showing on the screen?
I don't
Is
know.
it not showing on the screen for you people?
I don't see it.
Technology. Let me see if I can pull it up. This is very important because he directly references the fog, and as you know,
Okay.
image file. We're gonna review it together. Hold on one second.
All right. Let's see it together.
This is too important.
Let's do it. Come on.
I can't believe someone said we have nonsense on the show.
I don't know.
Okay.
What? Hold on.
Beast howls in pain from the void. We talked about the void. Shiloh Hill's watching.
Yeah,
all the
no.
time.
Maybe the Beast lit the void.
Oh my God. The Beast. Maybe it's Mr. Beast. That's why he knows how to do lighting of like studios.
No, maybe the Beast's howls lit the void. Like when the Beast howls, it conjures up like lightning or something. Cool.
The Beast howls in pain from the void, my child. Only the children can carry its pleas to the moon, lest they wander forever in the fog. I'm dyslexic, so double check that what I read is correct. But let's
Only the
dissect this
children
together.
can carry its pleas to the moon, lest they wander forever in the fog. What else goes to the moon? Bricks.
I was gonna say Cameron Grimes' return confirmed
No.
because he could be the child
Bricks.
that carried it to the
The
But I
Beast
like that it's
and
fresh.
the Fog, both Sour Graps fans confirmed.
Boom. We are so influential.
It's true.
I hope he does this every week, and every week we dissect a Shiloh Hill tweet referencing the Fog.
HelixSleep.com/Fightful.
Nope, didn't mean to do that.
No, that didn't happen. What do you know what you're talking
Absolutely
about?
killing it with technology.
Yeah, we're the best. Nonsense. You can get out of here
Whoever
with your...
lit the void should do our lighting and our production of the show. I shouldn't have to do this.
Yeah, it's true.
Look, they're saying we're inspirational.
Niko Vance versus Shawn Spears had this somehow not the dumbest finish of the show.
I was gonna say doing these back to back was.
That's some
You
filthy
think this
work.
show's nonsense?
That's some
That was
filthy
nonsense.
work doing these two finishes back to back. Shawn Spears does the Eddie Guerrero chair thing, and it works for the first time since Eddie Guerrero did it. Like everybody tries this, and the referee is always too smart to fall for it. Not this time though.
Not this time.
Shawn Spears bangs the chair on the ground, tosses it to Niko Vance, and lays down. And the referee is like, "Oh, well, here's the thing. I know." Literally during this match. Not during this match. What was the match? What was the? There was a match. Was it tonight? I don't know which match it was, but it was earlier than this. And oh no, you know what? My bad. It was last night. It was everything runs together in my brain. It was last night.
You
Michael
remembered
Cole,
something about Raw
Michael
last
Cole
night?
was begging the referee to kick Liv Morgan out of the ringside area because she kept interfering. And Corey Graves says the referee hasn't seen her do anything. He's not allowed to throw her out because he hasn't seen it happen. If the referee doesn't see the infraction, he's not allowed to call it. And yet, the following night, we had a match end because the referee did not see something happen, but just said, yeah, that happened. There are so many times when the referee's like, I didn't see it, so I can't call it. I'm sorry. I wish I hadn't been distracted for the 12th time this match. But I was, and so I didn't see the thing, so I can't call it. I'm sorry. But not tonight. Not this time.
Not tonight. The old Eddie Guerrero spot worked. We had a Lizzie Rain, Izzy Dame name off again.
Yes.
Bam, bam.
Yeah. Like Vic Joseph, I appreciate you attempting it, but it's not nearly the same. Like he goes, Lizzie, Izzy, Izzy, Lizzie, Lizzie, Izzy, Izzy, Lizzie. He just says, and I'm like, that's nonsense.
No.
It's Lizzie, Izzy next. Come on, like come on, get it. They're gonna have a match next week, so then like do that then. Don't do this.
Didn't love it. I liked the chairman being back. Like I like that Shawn Spears got his chairman entrance. That's always fun. But like to do something, they have told us, the story that they have told us is that he was the leader of this group for years, and now these youngins have betrayed him. And when you have somebody else involved in this, and I don't think we've seen Shawn Spears and Lizzie Rain interact. Yeah. Like they don't have a relationship. That takes the personal sting out of it. Like he should be fixing to beat the tar out of him, right? So when you have it's like what was it, like ABC yourself out of here? It's like, well, yeah, because it's about A and B and not C. It's like I don't like this kind of booking for feuds that are supposed to feel so personal because it's not between them. Like the outcome wasn't decided between them. And then to do these two finishes back to back, where it's the exact same thing of somebody unrelated to this picture got shoehorned into it because of a peripheral feud. Kind of stinks. Like that's lazy on their part. And I would prefer them to be not lazy on their part. I would prefer them to be more creative on their part, as the department is named creative.
Stone wants to know what's up with Cam Hendricks's knee and what percentage he is at toward being healthy. And he says, I had a setback. I know I was like at 80 something percent last week, but this week it's 67.2%. And Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights are there. And he's, hey, I was thinking we should get NQCC back together and maybe you give us a title shot. And Cam's like, no, you're not allowed to have a tag title shot because people aren't allowed to have two titles. People who have titles. Everyone knows this, that people who have titles aren't allowed to contest for other titles. That's never been a thing except for all of the times it's currently happening. So
don't
Robert
watch
Stone is like,
all the other
he's
times.
got a point. And so you have to defend your North American title before you can get the tag title shot. And Cam Hendricks is like, "Hey, it's a miracle. I'm cured. I'm cleared, and I can have the match." And Robert Stone is like, "Well, then yeah, next week it'll be you versus Miles Bourne, and only if you win that match, Miles Bourne, can you then have a tag title shot." The way that Tavion Heights is jumping up and down with how excited he is that they're definitely going to get a tag title shot, it seems to be trying to tell me that Cam Hendricks is going to be the North American champion as of next week, and that is not a world I want to live in because this guy is not anything I like. I don't get the 67.2 thing. I don't think it's funny. I've only seen him wrestle like once and a half, like 1.5 times.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
so, like,
very unestablished. Like that.
yeah,
That's my
and
thing.
so the idea that like, oh, he would be the guy who gets to dethrone Miles Bourne because if he does that, it'll make Miles and Tavion have a non-title feud because Tavion will stop. I always felt like Tavion coming on and being like, I'm really sorry, let's be friends again, felt like something that was forced and not natural.
Disingenuous, for
Yeah,
sure.
well, not even disingenuous, just like he might have been saying the truth like the character was, but the circumstances for him to do it felt like they were in a script that he was reading from. Like it just felt like it was completely out of left field and didn't make any sense, which is why Miles Bourne needing to beat Cam Hendricks to get Tavion Heights and him a tag title shot, but Miles Bourne losing to Cam Hendricks would piss off Tavion Heights enough that he will fully turn heel on Miles Bourne, but they don't want that to be for the for the North American title. They want it to be non-title, so Cam Hendricks can be. Is this a make good to Cam Hendricks because he has to watch his wife make out with Austin Theory every Monday, and they're like, "Don't worry, kid, we'll get you a title."
Well, that's not fair. They should get him a hot gal to make out with if we're playing.
I mean,
if it's an eye for an eye.
I don't know how their marriage works. I don't know how I don't.
No judgments. We're just saying. Yeah, I just I would prefer someone be more established, especially for that belt. Like that is the Gargano belt. That's the Ethan Page belt. That's the oh my God, Desmond Xavier belt. What I forget what his name was in NXT. But Wesley, thank you. So I feel like that belt in particular should have someone that like we know we love. Sure. It's going to get defended a bunch, etc. Perhaps Tavion Heights just was overexcited tonight. That's not going to be the case. But the whole premise of it is bullshit because people hold multiple titles around here constantly, and including on this program. The funniest, of course, being Stephanie Becker, who was like, I will be a fighting champion, and then 2 weeks later was like, I could not possibly keep this breakneck pace.
No.
So I don't love that idea.
No.
I don't feel like the North American run is doing Miles Bourne any favors anymore.
Yeah.
I thought for sure Tavion Heights was just gonna betray him because it's what we do. So
That's what we do.
I thought that was going to be the case, but I liked them as a tag team. They were really fun together, and I liked Tavion Heights feeling more in the mix and more relevant. So
Sure.
yeah, I think I don't like the setup because it's false within. It breaks the rules of the universe they've created for us, like egregiously. This isn't like an inconsistency. It's like that's just a blatant lie in the world that you've created. So.
Tom Lavallee says that tomfoolery is my favorite kind of foolery.
Tom
Lavallee, yeah.
It's in your namesake, so I would hope so.
Yeah.
Kate foolery doesn't really roll off the tongue.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. Okay, so then we get another Reina Volcan hype video, the same one from last week, and she has her debut. My daughter was in the room for this, and boy, oh boy, is she a chip off the old block. Because, well, the first thing she said was, she's like, I like Reina, but I like the outfit that the other girl is wearing more. So she's definitely a girly girl. But then...
Sure. I mean, but you're very into wrestling fashion, so...
It's true. Skylar Raye does a back handspring and a round off, and my to like run up and do something, and my daughter goes, "Why did she do a back handspring and a round off?" And I was like, "I just to make it look fancy," but that adds nothing to the move. And I was like, "I love you," and And she said, maybe I should host my own wrestling podcast. And I was like, when you get older, you will be my fill-in co-host. I'm just like,
100%.
We don't need to call SP3. Any time that Kate's not around, it'll just be my daughter who's gonna talk about how none of this adds anything to the move. Like she actually watches Skylar Raye do a back handspring and a round off, and then run up and hit a clothesline and says that added nothing to the move. And I was like, yes, you're right. This is so great. You think exactly like me.
You know what? Honestly, though, there's so much like, well, WWE is for children. Mm-hmm. Honest to God, I always go back to like, sometimes you guys think children are idiots, though, and children are smart. True. Like, you don't need to dumb it down that much for them. So... it's funny because it's sometimes that they make stuff for kids that are of an age that say, I'm not 5 though, or what, you know what I mean? Like they think that is below their age a lot of times. Yeah. So that's I love that she picked that up. That's so much fun.
Yeah, Reina Volcan. The coolest thing that she had a really great snap power slam, but a lot of it feels like they're asking her to wrestle like Andre the Giant. You know what I mean? Like the same. Like she's obviously way more agile than like Nia Jax, but they want her to wrestle like Nia Jax, and I'm like, you don't need to do that. Like, is when they were trying to they're trying to make Keith Lee into King Kong Bundy.
Yes.
And like I was like, don't do that with her. She's obviously like got a lot more like, I don't know, pizzazz. Like she's got a lot more pizzazz than you try to lock up with me and I just shove you down. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, have her do a move like for the first minute of the match. She was wrestling like Harland used to, where it was just like, you're not going to do any moves, are you? You're just going to throw people's heads into the ground.
A Harland reference. My goodness.
But that was the thing. I was like, at any point, are you going to attempt a maneuver? because you're so strong that you're just going to throw a guy's face at the canvas and he's powerless to resist you. And I guess that would win you some matches, but also this is wrestling school. Are they teaching you how to do wrestling moves or not?
So my guess is, I don't fully know this, so don't hold me to it. I think she's like pretty new to wrestling. Like I was surprised when she was on NXT and not brought along like through Evolve and stuff more. So they might be figuring it out with her on TV because
Sure.
I think she has so much upside.
Yeah.
And I get that. I also think maybe they were like, you're going to look super dominant in your debut, and then hopefully we get more flavors. I'm in your camp of like, show me what you can do in your debut so that I can like be so impressed with all the different stuff. But I think maybe with her, it's just like, you're going to be super dominant. And then that'll pace along. But I was kind of hoping for more. Nate,
the thing I liked the most was her torture rack is fine. But I just loved like girl gets up on the top rope and you just grab her by a leg and just fling her by the leg like 3/4 of the way across the ring. I was like, okay, that's fun.
That's pretty sick.
Like I like big dudes or big gals that just hoss people all over the place. I was a very big Braun Strowman fan during his initial singles run. I really like that stuff. You just got to like be innovative with how you do it. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody just go like
fling
ankle
like that.
Just take him by the ankle and throw him. That was really cool. I mean, like figure out other things to do like that, and I'm totally on board.
Yeah, I think that could be. We both love stuff that we've never seen before because we watch a ton of this. So I'm with you on that. I'm cautious about it because like I don't want them to. It's so tough because Zarya came in so baked, and stoned. Like came in baked, meaning like out of the oven, she was ready to go. Like she has such a cool moveset. And I feel like they're gonna want to use them in similar ways. And she's maybe the coolest woman in all of wrestling doing what she's doing.
I'm gonna say like when she came in, she was baked. Listen, if the weed you are smoking causes you to climb a mountain and punch down a brick wall, it's been laced with something. You have bad weed. Get rid of it. Do not smoke any more of it.
Something
they put something different else in your weed. I'm just letting you know.
It's definitely been cut with something. So I just want to make sure there's something very distinguished between the two of them. I don't want them getting used in the same way because Zarya might be pacing ahead of everybody that works that style in the world. Like she's incredible. Sure. So, especially considering that she's high. Like imagine if not.
High as a kite.
High as a like man. High as a brick wall on a mountain. Like she's.
Yeah.
I meant like ready to go. There were a couple of questions. Some of you were asking questions that are bordering into Scoops territory, so I can't give too much away. But someone was asking about the dropouts. I think that was Nate again. We're gonna have to start asking you to send in super chats. But I also see that you're on the Twitter feed, so I'll say this: the dropouts don't have a brand assignment that we know yet. My guess is they would come into NXT. Fightful Select will have updates if we have any of that information, but they are expected in WWE last we know. We don't know where yet. But this product could use, all of WWE could use great tag teams or figure out how to use the great ones they have.
Our main event is Street Fight for the NXT Championship. You'll recall that during the first match, Tony D'Angelo versus NARAKU versus NARAKU was Tony D'Angelo came into the match half blind. He'd been hit with a fireball and was burned over most of his face. It is so great how fast that healed. And you're muted. Or we can't hear you anyway.
Neosporin these days is what I was
Yes.
going to say.
Neo's-
Backcitracin, a miracle.
Yeah.
A miracle.
It's that new and improved formula. But so this time, well, I would say NARAKU could not beat a half blind man. He just lost clean to him.
Correct.
And this time he decides to wait until the match starts to blind the guy he's facing.
Correct.
He spits some mist into him, like, oh, okay, this is how they're going to protect Tony D. Because obviously they wouldn't just have Tony D beat NARAKU again. They wouldn't just do that. That would be really weird, silly thing. Like, I mean, you really touted this guy as being, a former champion from the other side of the globe. You're not going to have him just lose again. That'd be silly, especially after gaining the advantage and having, the first 5 to 6 minutes of the match just beating the hell out of Tony D'Angelo. That would be weird. Then Tony D'Angelo comes back, and there's spots with the crowbar and kendo sticks and onto the chairs and all this kind of stuff. But eventually he just hits him with his finisher onto a table and pins him. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was like, oh, because Mike Santana showed up, or not Mike Santana. We don't know yet. So maybe he's the next champion. Like,
it feels that way.
Like, because I thought because again the way they were representing him, I thought that Tony D was gonna beat a bunch of other guys first, and then NARAKU was going to cheat the way that Evil does and beat him, and then we'd have this bad dude for other guys to try and chase, and I'm not saying that you'd give NARAKU a 9-month title reign, but like for the time that he's the champion, you have all these other guys chase him, including Mike Santana, who feels like a easily booked babyface coming after NARAKU. But instead, Tony D just beats NARAKU clean again after wrestling for most of the match blind. And here comes Mike Santana, and maybe that's the plan, is to just do that. But then again, Blake Monroe showed up as not oh God, now Mariah May. It's not Mariah May, and said, I am going to be the next NXT Women's Champion, and she never had a match for the title. So, like maybe Mike Santana just settles into his role as dude who faces Cam Hendricks for the North American title. Maybe Cam Hendricks is a transitional champ to Mike Santana.
I feel like they were going to give it to NARAKU and then realize they were getting Mike Santana, because there was, I think, a lot of speculation that people thought he was going to debut at Madison Square Garden because it's in his hometown. But I think it's good that he's on the NXT brand. I think they really, really need someone like him right now. And when Robert Stone was on the phone this whole time, I was like, okay, it's either Santana or it's Hiromu. And so I just kept waiting for the shenanigans to pick up, but he lost clean again. But here's the problem. You've made him look like a chump twice, but also Tony D would look like a chump if he got sprayed with mist that didn't burn off half of his face. Like, if you can beat someone with one eye and severe burns, you should be able to beat them because they missed a deal. Like, that's so
right.
lame.
I guess my thought was that, and I think you're right, but he missed him, and so he was disoriented, and he used all of that time while he was disoriented to gain a whole bunch of HP advantage by like making the little figure on the bottom of the screen red in all the places. And that's tough to fight out of unless you're facing NARAKU.
It is very weird that he lost clean twice after the way he's not only been presented, but the way he's gone about this feud. Yeah. Of doing all these things to make it so the other guy's protected when he loses. Like, I did really appreciate him using Mist off the bat. Because I'm like, if you have Mist, why would you wait 20 minutes into a match to use it? Just spit it out. Makes a lot of sense.
Just do it now.
Very glad Mike Santana is here. Great shot in the arm for the division. Feels like there's some people who've been absent. Like Mason Rook wasn't on last week's episode and wasn't on this week's episode. So I don't know. It feels kind of weird. Now there's also like all these things of everybody's having visa issues, and also like there's smoke out my window from Canadian fires and stuff. Like Lord knows like what people are up against.
And from Zarya, there's also got smoke coming out of her windows.
I mean, in and out of her windows. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different thing with her, but so I also don't want to make assumptions about anything, but like they brought in a lot of new people all at once. I think some of the presentations might have missed the mark because they were brought in a little bit weird. So Santana coming in, like having a connection with the audience already, being so established, knowing what he's doing, I think will be a very, very good thing. And him and Santana, Santana or whatever his name is going to be, and Tony D come from the same school of making things feel like a fight. So if that's who Tony D drops it to, I think it'll be a very entertaining program.
Oh yeah, two New York guys, just beating the tar out of each other in Hell's Kitchen. Like, yeah, it's good. Do that.
A Hell's Kitchen street fight. A Hell's Kitchen hardcore match.
Hell in a kitchen.
Okay, that rules. It's just like pyro and a kitchen. So you got like your table and chairs out. You've got your utensils that are available.
Yeah.
Countertop. There should be a woman in it who's just annoyed that people keep getting in the way of her trying to make a meal. That's the real hell in the kitchen. Get out of my fucking way.
Yeah. There you go.
Some people asking what was up with Tony's vest. Some weird fashion choices from Tony today, I would say.
I didn't was it supposed to be like a Shield homage? Like I didn't understand he had a teeny tiny little flak jacket.
He was like, it needs to be flame retardant because I got hit with fire, but only like from here to here.
But he also like wrestled that match without a shirt.
Yeah. When you're right, you're right.
I
know he's one of your favorites, but some questionable fashion choices tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, he's wearing the schmediums. You know what I mean?
Wearing the schmediums. He's got a newborn. He's probably like accidentally grabbed one of his instead.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. He's wearing his newborn's onesie. All right. That's it. We have lots of puns. These are really good, you guys. These are really good. There's one of them that I'm gonna save until last because it's so damn good. Tom Valley says everybody wants to rule the Maya world. Chris Barrera says Walkman Adam Page, not Hangman. Walkman Adam Page.
Very good.
Malab says 80s nuts.
That cracked me up. 80s puns, 80s nuts.
Greg Cherry says another one bites Stardust. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites Stardust.
Very good.
Chris Pereira says run DMD.
Run.
DMD.
That's very good. My dog's eating something, so I'll be back in.
Okay, you go right back. Chris Pereira says, sorry, Greg Cherry says, like a Kurgan. Hey, touched for the very first time. Like a Kurgan. Chris Perez says the new vicious Viking Raiders of the Lost Ark. Love that. Meet Norma says, Papa don't yeet. Living with no hair. Is that living with no hair? Living with no hair, bald. What is that a reference? Living with no hair. Why do I not understand what that is a reference to? I'm trying to make it like living in America, like the James Brown song from Rocky IV. What is living with no hair? Oh, living with no hair. Whoa. Okay, now I get it. Living on a prayer, living with no hair. Now I get it. My fault. I'm dumb. Greg
The
Cherry
80s
sends,
was a great decade. It was a fantastic time.
It was your best decade for sure.
It was
Dusty.
not hard times. I had some great rivalries across many promotions. I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, good.
So go sneak back to the great beyond.
And Greg Cherry says Top Guns out. C. Delgado says Millie Vanilli baby. Blake Christian. Ghostbuster and the Brain. NWO Brat Pack. Not NWO Wolf Pack, but NWO Brat Pack.
Very good.
Big Daddy MTV. The Don Callis Family Ties. Jericho's assistant, Ralph.
We did get one via Humper Chat from Greg Cherry. This is They wouldn't let me send this on YouTube, but this pun is for our guy Steve Macklin, who was awesome on the 24-hour stream. Press your cuck, because he's got that cuck chair line that he left TNA on. So beautifully done. Well played. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
Greg Cherry says E.T. phone Hickenbutt.
We do.
Lieutenant Photo says say by the belly to belly.
Very well. Very well done.
Yeah. Meet Norma says Big Bill and Ted DiBiase's Bogus Journey.
Nice.
Ryan Ben says we're gonna walk down to Electric Chair Avenue.
That's really good.
And Disco Team 1980. Not 2000. Disco Team 1980.
They say Tony Storm is timeless, and I think Techno Team 2000 is. You just got to adapt.
Greg Cherry says, who are you going to call? Gut Busters! Meet Norma says, get your sack of monies for muffins and your super kicks for free. No! Yeats! Tell Brooklyn!
Oh, that would be nice. Thanks, Meet Norma.
Chris Barrera says, Guns and Rosa.
Guns and Rosa.
Tom the Valley says, The Breakfast Gun Club. And St. Alba's Fire.
That's very, very good. St. Alba's Fire is very, very good.
Wow. A man in motion. I love that song, but I have no idea what the rest of it is except for St. Alba's Fire.
That's all you need to know.
Lieutenant Photo says Weird Al Snow.
Very good.
Chris Perez says the Doctor of Reaganomics is really great.
The Doctor of Reaganomics is so good.
Greg Sherry Brand says, you've been struck by, you've been hit by our truth criminal. Ow. Meet Normus says the total eclipse of Bret Hart and Risky Bee's Knees.
Risky Bee's Knees is so good.
Yeah. Orion Ben says Bo Dallas, Falcon's Arrow Crest, and ZSJ Knots Landing.
Those are excellent.
Meet Normus says Busaiku Goonies.
Very nice.
Yeet It, and Thriller Maloney.
Very good.
So let's talk about this. Brief break in the puns. Phil, who we met, says Santana didn't get his name mentioned on his rival tonight. Could that lead to a name change? Normally that's a yes, but the equity he already has with this audience as Mike Santana can't be ignored. Oh, yes, it can. It can absolutely be ignored. Should it be?
No.
No. Can it be? Absolutely.
They did that with Elijah Elias, right? I know that was only one thing,
Right.
but they've done it with Cardona and Ryder now. I don't know if Mike Santana is his real name, if that is your real name, that genuinely does make it more complicated because you can, I think, like, you can just put sync licensing deals in play, but those don't happen overnight. Like, that can be a lot. So, but they might just make him Santana. They might make him Michael Santana. They might make him somebody entirely different. So we'll find out.
Miguel Santana.
That's probably what they'll do.
Shido Gatto says, "Wake me up before you a go-go." And not in XS, but in X-Pac.
Very well.
And Greg Cherry says, "Waltergeist."
Waltergeist.
They're here. Yeah. First Barrera says, "Yo MTV Graps."
Very nice.
I
Yo,
like
MTV
this.
Graps is very good.
Cyclo says, "Sometimes the grass is actual grass and not AI slop."
Oh yeah,
Well.
I think that was a relation to Bailey before. You said the grass is greener. Sometimes it's actual grass.
yeah.
Sometimes when we say touch grass, sometimes talent need to do that in a different way.
Sometimes Greg Cherry will come up with a pun that is so great, so obvious, and yet so esoteric, and it's so perfect. That this just the rhyming is so. Steel cage mutant ninja turtle, steel cage mutant ninja turtle, steel cage mutant ninja turtles. Heroes in a chain link.
Heroes in a chain link.
Turtle power.
This is fun because we get to just sing 80 songs on the way.
Yeah, Chris Perez says the fall of the Berlin Walter.
I like that we're going from like arcade games to historic events. Decade is a
Norma
fun
says
thing to do.
Suplexorcist, Escape from TNA, and a figure 4 leg warmer.
Very good. Escape from TNA is a common one right now in this decade. So
Chris Pereira says Tiananmen Squared Circle.
Chris Pereira coming at it like, listen, I'm not going to let you forget the history of the 80s as well.
Greg Cherry says double dare. That's me.
Double, that's me. Giant slime nose. Flag up me.
Meet Norma says Mr. Gorbachev, tear down Scott Hall.
I mean, you don't have to tear him down. He seems like a lovely guy.
And
Very
say
good.
no to hugs.
Just say no to hugs.
Greg Cherry says LA Knight Rider. Meet Norma
Very good.
says if you smell what Fraggle Rock is cooking.
That's really good.
It is. It's very, very
You guys
good.
are killing it today.
Greg Cherry says, take a look. It's in a book. The Reading Rainmaker.
Bitch.
Greg Cherry says, Nash. Not MASH, but Nash.
Very nice.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Now I need a version of the MASH theme song, but it's Nash, and I just need all of the people, but it's all done as like the members of the NWO.
Perfect.
Just like it's Kevin Nash, it's Scott Hall, it's Hollywood Hogan.
Exactly. That's perfect.
It's Virgil for those 5 minutes when he was in it. You know what I mean? Like, that's so great. Nash. Meet Norma says, the more you, how you know. A few good men on a mission.
Very nice.
One winged Iron Eagle angel.
Very nice.
Big cassette tape.
Very
The
nice.
Alba Fire of the Vanities.
2 Alpha Fire ones.
Greg Cherry says Mommy's Family.
Very nice.
Tom LaValle says Obvious Ones, War Games, and Jay White's Blade Runner.
Very good.
Silver Star says MTV is better than you and you know it. Braun Breaker dancing. Miami Lola Vice.
Very good.
The Anna J Team. Dirty Dom dancing. The Guns N' Roses. Madonna Perazzo. Dusty Buster. And Masters of the WWE Universe. Meet Norma says Tainted Dude Love. I always feel like somebody's watching me eat. Don't worry, eat happy. I want Big E. Irish Whip It Good, and Lucha Blues Brothers.
Now that I would pay to see, like a Blues Brothers movie with the Lucha Bros. Silver
Star Scimitar says Jessica Rabbit Carr, Rubik's Cube Soho, the Bastard Pac-Man, L.A. Knight Rider, Jungle Boy George, Ray-Ban Mysterio.
Very good. Thank you for those.
This is the notification that we got from Greg Cherry that his thing was censored.
Oh, thank you.
And
Right to
then,
Censor came in and was like, enough out of you.
C. Delgado says, "Get these hands across America."
That's excellent.
Tom LaValle says that NARAKU waited too long. He missed his chance.
We see what you did there, Tom LaValle. 6056.
Greg Cherry says, "Married, and I work with effing children." And also he says, Greg Cherry sends in, "Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, the guy with the hair."
I live in New Jersey. I felt like I had to sing that one along with you. It's a part of our religion.
You gotta. Greg Cherry also says, "Love yins."
Thanks, Greg.
And this is what I love about this is how you know. How you know?
How you know?
I'll tell you how you know. How you know Raw was a terrible product last night. Because our playing Tomodachi Island last night lasted longer than the Raw reviews on Fightful Maine, Denise's review, and the time that we spent on Raw combined.
Joel's review was less than 45 minutes. And Joel is like pretty reasonable guy.
Orion Ben wants Sheila to sing "Let's Get Physical" by Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, so do I. I want to see that. I'm here for that. Here for it. Oh my God, I'm Sheila.
You're Sheila. I'm not Sheila. You're Sheila.
I feel like she so rarely gets independent requests.
I know. Yeah.
Sorry, that really threw me off. Mm-hmm. I'm pulling up the lyrics right now. Mm-hmm. I apologize, since there's a deep drive to left from Castellanos. Okay. I'm saying all the things that I know you'll like. Making good conversation. I got a handle on you just right. You know what I mean. I took you to an intimate restaurant, then to a suggestive movie. There's nothing left to talk about unless it's horizontally. Let's get physical. Physical. I want to get physical. Let's get physical. Let me hear your body talk. Your body talk. Let me hear your body talk. Let's get physical. Physical. I want to get physical. Let's get into physical. Let me hear your body talk. Your body talk. Let me hear your body talk. I've been patient. I've been good. Tried to keep my hands on the table. It's getting hard, this holding back. You know what I mean. I'm sure you'll understand my point of view. We know each other mentally. You gotta know that you're bringing out the animal in me. Let's get physical. I want to get physical. Let's get physical. Let me hear your body talk. Your body talk. Let me hear your body talk. Let's get physical. Physical. I want to get physical. Let's get into physical. Let me hear your body talk. Your body talk. Let me hear your body talk. I only do that song at karaoke with Linda.
That's fantastic.
I felt so incomplete doing that without Linda.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. It's me. I'm here. I'm complete. Listen, so Lieutenant Photos, he wants Dusty singing The Clash, Rock the Casbah. Here we go. Now the king told the boogeyman, you gotta let that rock out drop, baby. The oil down the desert way has been shaken to the top, daddy. The Sheik, he drove his Cadillac, he went cruising down the Ville. The museum was standing on the radiator grill, ow. The Sharif, he don't like it. Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah. The Sharif, he don't like it. Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Hey, Sheik. Iron Sheik, you around? I wonder if he knows Sharif. I just wonder if he and Sharif ever teamed together back in the day. By order of the prophet, we banned that boogie sound. Degenerate the faithful with that crazy Casbah sound, baby. But the Bedouin they brought out, the electric camel drum, the local guitar picker got his guitar picking thumb. As soon as the Sharif here to clear the square, they began to wail. The Sharif, he don't like it, baby. Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah. The Sharif, he don't like it. Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dusty.
That's it. That's all we got.
A different genre than you normally go. I respect it.
I know. It's fine.
I appreciate it.
Hold on. Me normally with some more puns. CM Punky Brewster's.
Very good.
Backlash to the Future. Chat.
Very good.
I'm sorry. Nobody can find the Sheik, so I'm gonna go see if I can roust him out of his room and ask if he knew the Sharif.
Good luck.
All right. Okay. Bye.
Report back.
Hello.
Ricky,
it's been a while. I haven't seen you.
It has been a minute. We do have a story that Alex was supposed to finish. I don't know if you've spoken to him recently, but this Tucker punk.
Oh,
Give
yeah.
an update on, yeah.
No, he told me the rest of the story. Would you like me to fill you in on
I
it?
would love that.
So, get a load of this. So, Alex and his daughter drive down to this little town, like 500 people. They've locked with the tracking device on the iPad. They know what house it's in, right? Mm-hmm. Within, because they're not perfect. Sometimes they'll be next door to the house.
Sure,
but
yeah.
We walked up to the door and ring the doorbell, knock, nobody answers. And then there's this kid riding his bike from next door. And Rosie says to her dad, oh, look, that's Tucker. And oh, well, maybe we should go talk to him, says Alex. And then he goes to say, hello, have you seen Rosie's iPad? And Tucker says, no. And then Alex says, oh, really? Because it says here that it's here, like there's a tracking device on it. And so we know it's here. So would you maybe be willing to go and check your backpack? And then if you find it, just bring it out and hand it to Rosie and there'll be no hard feelings. And so, by the way, next door, they've got this big pit bull dog, like a pit bull Rottweiler mix, and it's barking and charging. And so this boy has to pick up the dog and drag it inside. And then he's in there for 5 minutes looking to apparently find his backpack. He doesn't come back out the front door. He comes out the back door and he brings his backpack out. And then he looks in 2 compartments. You know how backpacks nowadays, they've got multiple zippers. He looks in 2 zippered compartments that are far too small to fit the iPad.
Suspicious.
And then finally opens the last one, the main compartment, and wouldn't you know it, lo and behold, there is the iPad.
I knew it was Tucker.
And Tucker's story is, oh, I must have picked it up. I thought I put it in your backpack, Rosie. Rosie's backpack is pink and fuzzy. And because he is a 13-year-old boy, his backpack is not pink and fuzzy.
No.
Otherwise, he'd be picked on mercilessly at middle school. It is black with blue and red piping. And so it's weird. It's also not fuzzy. So it's really weird that you would pick up not your iPad and intend to put it in a pink and fuzzy backpack, but instead put it in your own backpack. And then when we finally get it home and turn it on, when they do, at least, when Rosie and her dad do, then...
Of course, the two of them.
The passcode has been changed.
That little brat.
But wait, if you had no idea that you had the iPad, who could have possibly changed the passcode? Because it was in your possession the entire 90 minutes since the camp day had ended, and also Alex's very naive daughter gave the passcode to this boy. So who else could have possibly? So you could bet your sweet buttons that Alex wrote a very strongly worded email to the camp directors saying not pressing charges, but something should be done.
I think that is a very proportionate response on Alex's part. I'm glad that you spoke to him and that we got a resolution to that story.
I was the first phone call he made.
I'm sure, yeah.
He was like, oh, Ricky, I got to tell you about this.
You probably got interrupted by phone calls from Hickenbottom, too. But
yeah. Oh, Hickenbottom's calling.
I knew
all
it was
the
this
time.
Tucker brat. This Tucker punk. Ugh. If he wasn't a child, I would say some things.
And also, it should be stated for the record, in case parents are litigious, there's no proof, of course, that Tucker intentionally stole the iPad. But there is circumstantial evidence. So Tom LaValle wants me to sing the Just Like Heaven by The Cure.
Perfect.
Show me, show me, show me how you do that trick. The one that makes me scream, she said. The one that makes me laugh, she said. Threw her arms around my neck. Show me how you do it, and I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you. Spinning on that dizzy edge, kissed her face and kissed her head. Dreamed of all the different ways I had to make her glow. Why are you so far away, she said. Why won't you ever know that I'm in love with you, that I'm in love with you? You, soft and lonely, you, lost and lonely, you. Strange as angels dancing in the deepest oceans, twisting in the water. You're just like a dream. You're just like a dream. Daylight licked me into shape. I must have been asleep for days. And I moved my lips to breathe her name. I opened up my eyes and found myself alone above a raging sea that stole the only girl I loved and drowned her deep inside of me. You, soft and only, you, lost and lonely, you, just like heaven. Thank you.
That's a beautiful, light...
You know, I just realised I have the exact same hairstyle as Robert Smith, the lead singer of The Cure, except his is all black.
You're not wrong about
we go
that.
to the same hairstylist. I get the colouring.
I get it.
So
I get it. You guys have to
that's
differentiate yourself in the scene, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, well. Keep cool, Gabagoos.
Except for Tucker.